Allison is asking, what is a reasonable goal for a beginner to set as far as monthly income? So Allison, this is a good question. So if you have enough money to get started, so I always preference by saying it depends on your budget. So let's say you want to make like $1,000 net profit a month, and I want to make sure I say this correctly. So with our products, we usually are looking at about 30% ROI. So if
our ROI minimum is 35%.
35.
So the way you calculate ROI is that so you buy an item, and then that's the cost of the item, right? And then you sell it on Amazon. So you're going to go ahead and subtract the sales price. You're going to subtract the Amazon fees from the sales price, and then you're going to subtract the cost of the item. And then whatever money is left over is net profit. That's basically money going into your pocket. And then you divide that by how much you bought it for originally. So if the item cost you $10, for example, and you made a net profit of $3.50, $3.50 divided by 10 is 35%. So that's 35% ROI. So for us, that's kind of like the bare minimum. And our average ROI is actually a lot higher. It's closer to 100%. And what that means is that we bought an item for $10, and the net profit, the money that we put into our pocket, is actually $10. So that's a really good, healthy ROI.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to share a screen from the Academy, so you guys, because this one will actually give you a better idea of how much, like, what is the reasonable goal for new sellers.
So speaking of the Academy, and on Facebook's asking, is Replan part of the Academy, or is it a different cost?
No,
so the Academy actually focuses just mostly on Replan. So if you're looking for training on how to do like private label or branding, or even like retail ARB, that's definitely much more focused on Replan.
Okay, so who was it that asked? I forgot. Sure, Allison. Okay, Allison. So let's say you want to make $1,000 in sales a month, right? And our average product when we were starting out, now it's a lot higher, but it's around $15 per product that it's selling on Amazon. So that's about 66 products. So that means you need about 66 replenishable products to make $1,000 net. Oh, I'm sorry, $1,000 in revenue. So that's $1,000 in revenue. That's not your take home money, okay? So $1,000 divided by 15 is about 66 products. That's how I got 66. And at about 25 profit margin, again, ours is about 35, but just being conservative and you're only taking home 25%, that's about $250. So not bad for just, doing replenishable. And this is you need to have products. So that's why we have the pods, and we're actually going to talk about the pods in a little bit, but the pods will help you find these products that will, so you don't have to go out and find it. Because like earlier when I was doing retail arbitrage, it took me about 20 to 25 minutes to find one home run product. So let's just say, and that's retail ARB. Retail ARB is actually a lot like faster to do, but Replan it takes a little bit longer. So after Amazon fees and everything, that's how much you're looking to take home. And so I think this will be a pretty reasonable goal if you're just starting out, and you can easily attain this within like 3 months. That's just about 2 products a day. Actually, no, you can attain this within 2 months. So if you find 2 products a day, that's 66 products in 2 months, right? Am I doing that math right? I hope so. So yeah, to see what type of hours you have, like if you have a couple hours in a day to spend on your business, then use that couple hours. In the beginning, it took me, I don't want to discourage you, but about 4 hours to find, I think 5 Replan. I mean, I was brand new. I didn't know what I was doing. So if you have the time, you can definitely learn all of this on your own. But if you don't have the time and you just want to have the shortcut and allow us to give you the products, then I would say the pods is good for you. And if you're brand new, then the Academy is good. So I hope I answered your question, Allison. here I break it down even more. That's about 2 to 3 products a day or 15 products a week. And after a month, you'll be able to find 60 new products. So that's if you have time and you have the bandwidth to go through finding replenishable products.
And the beauty of Replen and really any Amazon business to a certain extent, but more so with Replen is that it's really very scalable. So if you want to just make a couple extra dollars a month to help pay some bills, or maybe save up for a nice vacation or save up for your kids' college fund, you can just kind of do like a few sales a month. But if you're like us, where we actually wanted to replace our full-time salaries, we scaled it to a business level to the point where the money that we make now allowed us to basically fire our bosses and stay home and work on this business full time. And there's everything in between that, right? And you kind of whatever your time allows you, whatever you're comfortable doing.
Yeah, it is scalable too. I know there are people who do retail arbitrage really well, but it was hard for us to scale it. But with Replen, now like next week when we go on vacation, we have somebody taking care of the entire warehouse. We don't even have to touch it. I think we're probably going to end up working like a couple hours maybe together next week, just to kind of make sure things are going well.
Yeah,
But,
we're at the point where Amy and I actually don't even go to the warehouse. We go there just once in a while. So what that means is that we physically don't even touch the products, right? We have a whole system in place. We have, CC, Amy's sister. She's our operations manager. She manages the warehouse for us. She helps to manage the packers, the shoppers. UPS comes there every day to pick it up. So we're actually at home. We're kind of doing the more like executive, like business decision making type stuff behind the keyboard. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And really, anybody can get there. So if we did it in just a year's time, honestly, anybody can too.
Okay, so I think we have a follow-up question from Allison. What items do you avoid? So if you're starting out, I would avoid any type of hazmat products and hazard material, because you don't want to have to deal with that. And the funny thing about hazmat is that it's good because there's not a lot of competition, but it's not good because you have to be accepted into the program to do it. And actually in the academy, he made a whole module about how to get accepted into the hazmat program and be able to send it as FBA.
Yeah, the TLDR too long didn't read about hazmat is that it sounds really intimidating. Like, why would you want to do it? But the answer is that it's really actually very simple to do. And all it requires is some extra labels when you're shipping into Amazon. And that's basically it. Assuming that you've already been on the wait list and got accepted to Amazon. After that, you actually become one of the few sellers on the Amazon platform that is hazmat, or they also call it dangerous goods approved. And by doing so, there are certain listings where the majority of sellers are selling FBM, that is fulfilled by merchant, meaning that they ship it directly from themselves to the customer instead of doing FBA, because Amazon is restricting what they are allowing to ship into their warehouse if you're not hazmat approved yet. So again, long story short, just check it out. It can really be a game changer for you if you find a really hot listing that has no hazmat FBA sellers on there. You can be the only one on there, and you can pretty much own the buy box.
Yeah, and breakable. So with things that are breakable, we prep them really well. We use a bunch of bubble wrap, and we get all of our material from Uline. And if you prep it well enough, there shouldn't be an issue, especially when other people are avoiding it. You should do it because you can price it a little bit higher and make more profit.
So Maria on Facebook has been on the wait list for hazmat for a year, and she's asking whether she should reapply. That's really unusual. I mean, for us, it took us maybe 3 or 4 months. It's very possible that they might be backlogged with people applying. If it's been that long, Maria, I would definitely look into reapplying, or just kind of try to contact sales support, see if they can give you an update of when they might actually accept you. They're probably not likely going to give you any type of definitive time frame, but yeah, it's worth kind of following and see what's going on there.